As the first rays of sunlight break over the vast Pacific, the ocean's surface glimmers with the silhouettes of a formidable armada. American destroyers slice through the gentle morning waves, their hulls gleaming in the dawn, while Japanese frigates maintain a steady course alongside them, their presence a testament to enduring alliances and shared resolve. Not far behind, Australian, Canadian, and British warships join the formation, their flags fluttering in the early breeze. Together, these vessels converge on the strategic waters near the Philippines, forming a coalition that spans continents and oceans. This is no ordinary patrol. It is a calculated demonstration of unity and strength, a multinational response to escalating tensions in one of the world's most fiercely contested maritime regions. The message is unmistakable. The international community stands vigilant. On board, sailors and Marines move with purpose, checking equipment and reviewing orders. Their faces are set with determination, fully aware that their mission carries weight far beyond the decks they stand on. Every action is deliberate, every movement a reminder that peace is preserved not just by words, but by readiness. Above, the thunder of fighter jets echoes across the sky, launching from the decks of aircraft carriers. Below the surface, silent submarines glide through the depths, unseen but ever present, adding a layer of unpredictability and strength to the fleet's presence. Each ship, whether a nimble frigate or a massive destroyer, represents a piece of a larger geopolitical puzzle. Their synchronized movements are a visual symphony of cooperation, discipline, and shared purpose. Their course is set for the gateway to the South China Sea, a region that serves as a vital artery for global trade and a flashpoint for international disputes. The stakes here are immense, with billions of dollars in commerce and the principles of free navigation hanging in the balance. The array of national flags snapping in the wind sends a powerful signal. This is not the action of a single nation, but a unified front. The world is watching, and the coalition's presence is a clear message that the international order will be defended. On the decks, naval officers from different countries meet, exchanging salutes and strategies. This is modern naval diplomacy in action, where the mere presence of ships and the cooperation between nations speaks volumes without a single word being uttered. The arrival of this armada is not just a show of strength, but a calculated deterrent. It is a reminder to all that the rules governing these waters are not subject to unilateral change or coercion. Around the world, news crews capture the unfolding drama, and satellites track the buildup from above. The stakes are high and the eyes of the world are fixed on this gathering storm, waiting to see what will come next. As the sun sets, warships line the horizon, their flags bold against the fading light. The line is drawn, the message is unmistakable. These waters matter to us all, and the world will not look away. Why the Philippines? Why has this nation of over 7,000 islands become the focal point of global attention and rising tensions in Asia? This archipelago sits at the crossroads of global trade and power, making it a strategic prize for any nation seeking influence in the region. Every year, trillions of dollars worth of goods pass through these waters, connecting East Asia to the rest of the world. Whoever controls these sea lanes holds a key to the global economy. Recent Chinese actions, water cannon attacks, blockades, and swarms of maritime militia, have put the Philippines on the front line of a new kind of maritime conflict. Filipino fishermen are often caught in the crossfire, facing intimidation and danger in waters they've relied on for generations. The U.S. and its allies see these moves as direct threats to international law and regional stability. They have responded with increased naval patrols, joint exercises, and renewed security commitments to the Philippines, signaling that they will not stand by as the rules-based order is challenged. The Philippines forms a natural barrier between the vast Pacific Ocean and the contested South China Sea, controlling some of the world's most vital sea lanes. Its location is not just a matter of geography, it's a matter of global security. For the U.S., keeping these lanes open is a core interest. For the Philippines, it's about sovereignty and survival. The stakes are high. Freedom of navigation, economic security, and national pride are all on the line. The 2016 Hague Tribunal ruling invalidated most of China's sweeping claims, but Beijing has ignored it, continuing to build military outposts and assert control. The Philippines, backed by international law, finds itself in a David versus Goliath struggle. The multinational naval presence is a physical show of support for the Philippines and the rule of law. Countries from around the world are sending ships and holding exercises, reinforcing the message that the international community is watching. This is about more than territory, it's about upholding the international order, protecting smaller nations from coercion, and ensuring that might does not make right in the world's oceans. The world is sending a message. The Philippines will not stand alone. In this high-stakes contest, the fate of the region and the rules that govern it hang in the balance. The South China Sea is a global economic artery. 1/3 of maritime trade and much of the world's energy pass through these waters. Overlapping claims fuel daily confrontations, with China's sweeping 9-dash line clashing against the rights of the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and others. Chinese Coast Guard ships harass local fishermen, turning livelihoods into daily struggles. The conflict isn't just about maps, it's about real people and resources. Beneath the sea lie untapped reserves of oil and gas, intensifying the competition. Every nation wants access to these riches, but the power imbalance is stark. The tension is palpable, with each incident threatening to ignite something bigger. For coastal communities, the stakes are survival. The South China Sea is a cauldron. One spark could set it boiling over. The world watches, hoping for restraint. China, under Xi Jinping, has moved from claims to action in the South China Sea. Massive island building has turned reefs into military outposts, complete with runways, radars, and missiles. China's Coast Guard and maritime militia enforce its claims aggressively, using gray zone tactics to avoid outright war. These actions are designed to wear down smaller neighbors, forcing them to accept a new status quo. The strategy is slow, methodical, and relentless. Beijing's message is clear: these waters are theirs, but the world is pushing back. The United States spearheads a formidable coalition to uphold a free and open Indo-Pacific, a region of immense strategic importance. This coalition is not just a show of military might, but a testament to the shared values and commitment of nations determined to maintain peace and stability. Through freedom of navigation operations, the U.S. Navy challenges China's expansive territorial claims, asserting the right to navigate international waters freely. American warships routinely sail near disputed islands, a clear demonstration of their resolve to uphold international maritime law. By rejecting Beijing's attempts to control these waters, the U.S. Navy underscores its commitment to a rules-based order. Allies such as Japan and Australia, along with the UK, France, Germany, and Canada, join forces in this endeavor. Their presence is a powerful symbol of unity and shared purpose. These nations engage in joint exercises, showcasing their military prowess and resolve. Such collaborations are not merely symbolic, they enhance operational readiness and foster deeper cooperation. Multinational drills like Balikatan, involving the U.S. and the Philippines, further enhance regional cooperation and readiness. These exercises send a powerful signal to China, emphasizing that any aggressive actions will be met with a unified response. Diplomatically, these nations raise the issue at global forums, condemning coercion and advocating for peaceful resolutions. They support the 2016 tribunal ruling, which rejected China's claims, and work to diplomatically isolate China, building a global consensus. This consensus demonstrates that the South China Sea is a global issue, not merely a regional dispute. The international community recognizes the strategic importance of these waters and the need to uphold maritime law. The sight of Allied fleets in formation serves as a stark warning: aggression will not go unanswered. This show of force is a clear deterrent, signaling that military responses are ready if necessary. The world's navies are not just passing through, they are standing guard, ensuring that the rules-based order is maintained. The message to Beijing is unequivocal: the rules-based order will be defended at all costs. The stakes are nothing less than the future of the region, a future that hinges on the principles of freedom, peace, and cooperation. The Philippines, under President Marcos Jr., has shifted to a more assertive stance, strengthening its alliance with the U.S. The Mutual Defense Treaty is reinforced, with explicit U.S. assurances covering attacks in the South China Sea. U.S. forces now have access to more Philippine bases, boosting deterrence. The Philippine Coast Guard documents Chinese harassment, shining a global spotlight on gray zone tactics. Modernization efforts focus on maritime defense, new ships, patrol vessels, and anti-ship missiles. While outmatched, the Philippines aims to raise the cost of aggression and build a credible deterrent. By combining alliances, transparency, and modernization, Manila signals it will not be bullied. The Philippines stands firm, determined to defend its waters and its future. For Filipino fishermen, the conflict is personal. Chased from traditional grounds, their livelihoods are at risk. This struggle has fueled national pride and defiance, with movements like Atin Ito rallying public support. Most Filipinos back a tougher stance, but some worry about economic fallout from angering China, a key trading partner. The debate is real sovereignty versus pragmatism, pride versus economic security. The government must balance these pressures, navigating between confrontation and cooperation. The voices of fishermen, nationalists, and pragmatists all shape Manila's response. For the people, this is more than geopolitics. It's about dignity, survival, and the future of their nation. The stakes are felt in every coastal village. The world's decisions ripple through their lives. As warships gather, the world wonders what comes next. The most likely scenario is a tense stalemate. China continues its pressure, the Philippines and allies resist, and the risk of miscalculation remains high. A diplomatic breakthrough is possible but unlikely without a major policy shift from Beijing. The most dangerous outcome is open conflict. One deadly incident could trigger the US-Philippines Mutual Defense Treaty and draw in global powers. Even a limited clash would devastate the global economy and risk wider war. The choices made now will shape the region for decades. The world hopes for restraint, but prepares for all possibilities. The future of the South China Sea hangs in the balance. The stakes are global, the risks immense. The next move could change everything. The South China Sea dispute is more than a regional quarrel, it's a test of the international order. Freedom of navigation underpins the global economy. Disruption here affects everyone, everywhere. If one nation can control these waters, it gains leverage over the world's supply chains. How the world responds sets a precedent for future conflicts. Upholding international law here is about defending peaceful dispute resolution everywhere. The warships near the Philippines are symbols of a global crossroads. The outcome will help define the 21st century's world order. That's why this matters to us all.